Okay, so full disclosure again, at the time of this video, I still have not started watching the live action One Piece. Okay, okay, I know. I should really watch it. I will gonna get a chance to. It's just that right now I'm in the middle of Kengan Ashura, plus I'm watching Castlevania, so might have, if I will have to do a review video for that. As I'm actually watching something else that came out a little while ago, but I wasn't interested in it. But I said, you know what, I need to check it out before I have to do something else. So kind of what about that well, and like I've told you before, I keep doing these things one episode a day because I need to stretch it out. There's not much good content out there to sit and binge watch, so I don't really have the time to do binge watching it more, work and stuff. So I still haven't watched One Piece yet, the live action, but I will get around to it. Just don't bite my ear off, I will get around to it. However, there is something I want to talk about in regards to this video. Now, before we do that, I want to look back at the Rotten Tomatoes score, and it's still pretty damn high. The audience score 95%, the reviews 85%, fresh. So it's pretty clear to say that a lot of people really like this live action outing, and we already have a second season already in the works. So, okay, a lot of stuff is happening and things are moving ahead the way that they should be. So the series is actually really good. Of course, that is not going to stop some people, because now they're claiming that, this One Piece live action is fixing some of the problems that the manga and the anime have. And some of those are very racial and very wicked and all kind of nonsense, because they need to find something to complain about. If they don't, well, then they don't really have much in the way of a life otherwise. So that's kind of what you get. Let's go through some of this craziness so you get an understanding of why these people should never be taken serious. Starts off this, and these two articles I'm going to go through come from CBR, King of the Shills. This one starts off: One Piece, why Usopp's African origin is so problematic. Now I know what you're thinking. Since when was Usopp African? Right? It's never happened. It makes no sense. There's no Africa in the One Piece universe. How did that come about? Well, apparently, Oda who's the creator and writer of One Piece, was having a fan discussion, and somebody asked him, where would all the One Piece characters come from if they were in the real world? And he gave certain the other, and of course that one little interaction had to start so much crap that CBR needs to try and jump into and put some kind of spin on. Let's get to exactly what it was said. Right. In the 56th edition of the column, a fan asked what nationality the Straw Hat Pirates would be if One Piece was set in the real world. Oda said that just going off their appearance, the Straw Hat Pirates would be from many locations. Protagonist Monkey D. Luffy would be Brazilian. I think the guy who they have playing him in the live action, I believe he might be Brazilian or some sort of affiliation to that. So they're looking to say that the live action is fixing a lot of these problems. Renoa Zoro the swordsman would be Japanese, Nami Swedish, Sanji Vismo French, Chopper would be Canadian, Nico Robin would be Russian, Frankie would be American, and Brooke would be Austrian. While many fans disagreed and debated the logic behind some of these answers, there was one other answer that made many uncomfortable. Now let me just stop there before I continue and let's see. The question was, what nationality would they be if it was set in the real world? One Piece is not set in the real world. He's just saying just going off of their appearance. That is it. He just gave some examples. That's all. But when you desperately need to find something to cause comments about, this is how it starts. You desperately need to find something about it, so you have to look into something. Let's go on with it. While answering the question, Oda said that Usopp was simply from Africa. What's wrong with that? Well, what's wrong with that? Let's continue on. Of course, this ignores the fact that Africa isn't a country, but rather a continent. A continent made up of 54 very different countries, including densely populated, culturally diverse ones like Nigeria and Egypt. Reducing this large and varied continent down to a single country overlooks many different people and cultures and treats them like a singular mass. Treating the African nations this way is often used to deliberately other these cultures, treating them as a great unknown rather than a series of developed countries full of individual people with their own lives and beliefs. What the hell does this have to do with anything? I don't know. Most people would just say Africa. If you want to go into depth of something, you want to go into depth of something, okay, fine. But this is nothing to say, like, so what exactly was he supposed to do? Because he said that, okay, all right, Usopp is from Nigeria, in this part of Nigeria, from this family, from this, come on, now, man. Come on, the same thing could be said for me. I mean, like, for instance, he said here, Frankie would be American. Is that North American, South America? Okay, even if we say North America, which is also a continent and made up of different people and stuff like that, was he supposed to go in depth into that? No. But because he said Africa, you need to find something to make drama about. I want to talk about, because he said Africa, that's so culturally inappropriate, and he should have given some kind of specific country. I mean, God's sakes, man, come on. It's not set in the real world. What the hell is wrong with you? You seriously trying to want to say that, okay, the manga and the anime, because he just said that, these, and he said it very clearly, yeah, just going off the appearance. That's because he said Africa for Usopp. That is somehow racial, because why? He should have identified a specific country in Africa. Yeah, it's not real. One Piece is not certain. There is no Africa in One Piece. The same way that there's no Brazil, no Japan, no France, no Canada, no Russia, no Austria, no America. This entire argument is ridiculous. It's just something that he said. That is all. Fans debate things back and forth all the time. That is just a given. But trying to push some kind of racial thing about it because you just somehow need something to just make noise about is absolutely stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And they claim that, or the live action fixes some of this racial undertone. People are morons, boy. But of course, that can't be the only stupid thing that they do because, idiocracy loves company. Next article, they go on, One Piece's Along Park arc is aging weirdly. Why? Let's find out why. A closer look at the fishermen's plight in future One Piece arcs make the Straw Hats seem like the villains in the Along Park arc. Oh, God. Ay. When the Straw Hat Pirates brought down Along Park, they were in the right. They did it to save their friend Nami and the rest of East Blue. Along was a menace and his reign of terror needed to be stopped. Full stop. That's it right there. That is it right there. Along was a disgusting piece of garbage who made Nami and her family and the entire East Bluish where she was living a living hell. That is it. The Straw Hats stopped him for their friend. That's it. Yes, he may have had some complicated past or anything, but at some point you choose to be evil. That's it. Why should someone say, well, you know what? Oh, well, this happened, so it has to be some kind of something else. No. But of course, they can't leave it there. Let's go on. If the Along Park arc is viewed in this context, which is the only way it should be viewed, the Straw Hats are the heroes. However, something about this story changes based on the context of future arcs. The fishermen and merfolk are among the most tragic races in One Piece history. They have been the victims of oppression and slavery at the hands of humans for centuries. Furthermore, contrary to popular belief, they are not too fond of being relegated to living at the bottom of the ocean. Coexistence with humans on the surface has been a long, painful process. Looking at matters like this, the Straw Hats come off as villains in the sense of perpetuating a long cycle of fisherman abuse at the hands of humans. So they should have gone in there and talked to him nicely while he beat the shit out of them and then eventually murdered him. That makes sense. The Along pirates are still evil and unforgivable, but the Straw Hats' approach to dealing with them is more insensitive and like a hate crime than intended. Though the Along pirates were wrong, it doesn't mean their thoughts towards humans and their painful experiences aren't valid. So, what you're basically saying to me is that because Along has this thought about humans, that makes it perfectly okay for him to terrorize innocent people. But even though he's going to say, well, it's wrong what he was doing, the way the Straw Hats dealt with it is kind of like a hate crime. Crime and criminality has no race, no gender, no creed. You're a criminal, you're a criminal. That's it. That is it. Trying to say that, oh, well, if you look at the whole Along Park arc now, it comes off weirdly. It doesn't come off weirdly. Only in your sick mind does it come off weirdly. What were they supposed to do? Leave Nami to suffer? No, they went in there and they kicked his ass and then they kicked his crew's asses because that's what they bloody deserved. They were terrorizing those people. Along was a criminal. That's what he was. And they went in there, they saved their friend, they beat the shit out of him, and they liberated those people. That is what they did. You can't come to actually tell me that, oh, well, because the fishermen and them are treated so badly and all kind of thing, they should have gone there, sit down and say, Mr. Along, we understand that you have been treated badly, but would it be so kind of you to stop terrorizing these people and leave peacefully? And when he says, hell no, we're going to kill you, they say, well, you know what, we understand. Because you've been persecuted, that makes it perfectly okay for you to viciously murder us while we sit here. These people are idiots. That's what they're doing. They're just absolute idiots. There is no racial problem in One Piece when it comes to Usopp. None. And there is no problem with the Along Park arc because you want to talk about, oh, well, the fishermen and them are kind of treated badly, so this comes off as some kind of hate crime. You're just looking for a reason to be stupid. That's all. So once again, the One Piece live action is doing well. And of course, CBR is out here making idiots of themselves as usual. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell so that every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.